All right, everybody, I wanted to take a moment to talk about my clockwork system that I use to help players tackle those tricky 40 to 100 yard wedge shots. Far too many players come to me struggling in the scoring zone simply because they are too heavily reliant on one simple piece, which is the feel. They're trying to feel how hard to swing or simply feel how long they need to swing to create the appropriate outcome for the shot at hand. I've got a couple of tips that have helped players over the years overcome that by establishing a system to lean into to be more successful when presented with these tricky scoring opportunities. Now, the first of those is in the setup. And in the setup, too many players, when they're trying to hit this shot, they get themselves set in a very powerful position. Well, as a result of that, they're trying to guide the club in or slow things down. So instead of trying to take away that strength of power, I would like to allow you to impose a little bit of power in your swing by taking some away in our setup. So a wider stance is a more powerful setup. A narrower stance takes a little bit or weakens the system a touch. So 5 to 10 yards are already taken out by me putting my feet closer together, almost to where my heels are touching one another. Now I can approach my swing and my shot with a touch more strength and actually hit that 50-yard shot hard instead of trying to guide it and hit it soft on in there. Now, the second piece is tempo. And in our tempo, we want it to be consistent and reliable, whether it's a 40-yard shot or a 60-yard shot or an 80-yard shot. That way, we've only got one variable dictating how far this ball is going to travel. The other thing that's going to do for us is going to allow that ball to land in there a touch softer. It won't be traveling so fast that it hits and jumps off the back end of that green. The third piece, which is what most of you are the most familiar with, is the clockwork system itself, using swing length to dictate how far this ball is going to travel. The reason why it's more effective after steps 1 and 2 are established is we've got only one thing controlling the distance, not changing how fast we're swinging and changing how long we're swinging. It's simply just our swing length. Now, with that being the case, golf's a skill game, so we still need to train these things. So we need to work on that narrower stance so we can swing and hit that 50-yard shot hard. We need to establish a tempo. And the best way that I've helped players establish a tempo or train this is by downloading a metronome app on your phone, setting it between 60 and 80 beats per minute, and get that rhythm going. And start to test shots and keep that rhythm consistent, even if that swing is shorter or longer, depending on the task at hand. And then from there, it's a matter of learning how far a shot from here goes. Does it go 40 yards? Does it go 50 yards? And learning and training those skills. So we can go on in there and know this is my 40-yard swing. And simply by making the swing a touch longer, I can add distance. I'm going to still keep that narrow stance. I'm going to still keep that same tempo, but change the one variable, which is the length in our clockwork system. And now that ball's going to travel in still nice and soft, but with more distance behind it. And that's how we're going to have a better time knowing how long should I swing, hitting it the right distance, and getting it to stop so we can take advantage of this scoring opportunity. Good luck, and I hope that helps.